Are we in a new bull market for Chinese equities? I just asked this question in our Patreon community and more than 60% of respondents said, yes, this is a new bull market for Chinese equities. Welcome everybody. Today I'm unfortunately not at home, as you can see, I'm outside, but still of course following the price action in the markets. Obviously no need to say it's a pretty green day for lots of our investments. And so I just want to put this out there as a question also on the channel, asking you in the comments, please respond to let me know what you think. And of course, due to the fact that I'm not at home, I can't give you, the technical chart analysis and everything. However, there's a couple of things that we can say. And I've, of course, noticed that we were very close to some, if you just look at the daily charts, crossing a couple of moving averages on many of these names in the Chinese market. And we possibly, I need to confirm it in another video, but possibly we pretty much broke right through them in full steam in lots of these names. Now, it's possibly still too early to say. However, I would go in so far and say that at least it begs the question whether or not this is a new bull market, because we're now in a position where we have moved through, I think, a pretty substantial technical resistance in most of the names. And still, if you look at the charts, there is quite a bit of potential to run. And of course, this is not a phenomena that is currently just for Chinese names. Of course, lots of other risk assets showing quite a bit of movement. However, it's much more drastic for these Chinese names. And the reasons are also fundamental. This is not a move that is purely on technicals. You could say this is all to the Fed decision, and possibly that was the last rate hike, right? So you could say this is purely on money moving out of bonds, of treasuries, anticipating that this was the peak in the rates. And so it's getting back into those risky names. Yeah, that's possibly pretty much one of the big reasons. The second big reason is more fundamental, or what I've mentioned in a previous video about the changes in China, given the involvement of top leadership around changing the narrative around very fundamental policies. For example, the housing market. The other day I posted on Twitter that there is substantial changes about the language to when it relates to housing, that housing is not only for investing, housing is meant for living, not for speculation. That was the original narrative. Now it's changed a bit. And what we've seen importantly is also the fundamental follow through with that there have been changes in terms of local governments have started to have meetings on removing some of these restrictions. So we had some capital-friendly moves, not only relating to housing, but surely that was one of the big key areas where many people have looked through. And so for the China side, this could be very well the beginning of something that could last, in my views, for quite a long time. Like, if this is truly a new China bull, then this could have a substantial, pretty long run. But of course, it's very speculative, and we actually may get a pretty substantial setback. How it's, China space is very, very volatile. And so this might be disproven very quickly if I'm wrong. However, I just do feel that this might be the moment, to be honest, and just want to get your views on that as a little bit of a fun exercise here on a green day and the beginning of a weekend. Anyways, thanks for watching, and see you in my next video back at home at the desk.